If you're brand new to selling on Etsy, then you need to know about these 6 common scams that are specifically targeting brand new Etsy sellers every single day. Because if you're brand new and someone messages you wanting to purchase 5 or even 25 products from your store, then you might get tricked into clicking a link that you might not have otherwise and end up getting scammed. So in today's video, I'll cover the 6 most common scams that brand new sellers are getting today in their store, so you know exactly what to avoid and never get scammed in your own store. The first and most common scam is that your account needs to be verified or that it's suspended. And they're going to pretend to be Etsy. So it's really important that you know what to look out for. They're going to change their name to Etsy. They'll change their photo on Etsy to Etsy. But there are a few things that you can look out for to know if it's coming from Etsy or not. And I'll show you exactly what those are. And I'll even show you a few screenshots that students of mine have actually received in the last few months. The fastest way to know if a message is really from Etsy or not is if it's in your From Etsy inbox. You'll see when you log into your messages, you'll have your inbox, order help requests, and then From Etsy. If it's from Etsy, it'll be in that folder, and it'll also have this badge saying verified message from Etsy staff, because they know that this is a problem. And you can see here, I've gotten literally 2 messages from them in literally 3 years. So it's very unlikely that this is the way that Etsy is going to contact you. So please pay attention whenever you get a message, if it's in the From Etsy inbox or not, because that is a dead giveaway that this is a spam message. Now here's the first message of what it could look like. This one here is a really professional picture that someone sent in the Etsy messages with a QR code to scan and actually verify their account. But this is a scammer. Etsy does not need you to verify your account this way. So definitely, again, make sure to be looking out for that From Etsy in the inbox. The second version that I've seen a lot is something like this, where it's just a message. So this one just says, as part of our ongoing commitment to ensure authenticity and integrity of our marketplace, and they're trying to get you to click a link. But if you will notice, Etsy is trying to help you out. At the bottom of this message, it says, accept a message from potential buyer, ? Authentic messages from Etsy have this badge in the subject line. So even they know that when you get a new message that it might be from a scammer. And so watch out for those messages at the bottom from Etsy and see how it even gives you the option to accept the message or mark it as spam. Now it is your second tip. Really important to make sure that you don't delete these messages or even respond to them. You do want to mark them as spam. And the reason is there's something that Etsy has, which is the Star Seller badge. And one of the things you need to do to get the Star Seller badge is respond to every customer within 24 hours. So if you just delete messages from scammers, then that will get deducted against your Star Seller score. So make sure you're marking these as spam and not deleting them. That's a really important thing to know. The last way that I've seen these messages come across looks just like this. Again, it says Etsy support at the top, but if you notice, it says Etsy support is reaching out to you for the first time. Send a quick reply to show them your shop delivers top-notch service. Why would they put that at the top of an Etsy message? So make sure to read these warnings from Etsy, but if you see in the bottom left, it is their Etsy logo. So if you're not paying attention, it might get you. But this one says, welcome to Etsy support. Unfortunately, your account was marked as suspicious and we need to verify that you're a real seller. Please send us your valid email so we can send you instructions to verify your account. Now that is a big thing, that they will try and get you to send them what email you created your Etsy account with. And that is one really big way that they will scam you, because they'll email you pretending to be Etsy. The last example for this is the one that's just a teeny bit different. So this one doesn't say they need to verify your account. It says that our payment system and global security order processing for your account is currently suspended. So they're pretending like something's suspended on your account and you just need to click this link to verify. But that is your next big tip. Is one good rule of thumb to protect your account is to never click a link in the Etsy chat ever. Even if the customer seems really great, don't click any links they send you, just in case. If they say, can you make me something like this, and send a link, ask them to send you a photo and say, so sorry, we can't click any links here in the Etsy chat. And that is one of the best way to keep your account safe, no matter what they're sending you, because it could be a scamming link. The second most common scam on Etsy right now is pretending like you got an order in your store and they just need to verify your email. Now this one is super, super common and they make it look pretty be realistic. But if you ever get an order in your store, I promise you, you will get an email from Etsy and you will see it in the orders tab. You will never need to verify anything to be able to see these orders. And scammers get really creative. Look at this message that one of my students received where it was Etsy pretending that the From Etsy tab was not working. It says at the moment the From Etsy tab is not working as it was added recently. Your item has been paid for by the buyer, but an error occurred while processing the order and the order does not appear in your personal account. Please enter your email in this chat to receive a customized form to verify your store. So they try and be really sneaky, but that's not true. Any message from Etsy will be in your From Etsy messages, and any order you ever receive will show up in your orders tab. Here's an example of what another message might look like for the same scam. This one here says, congratulations, your item has been purchased, gives you a fake order ID, it gives you other information, and then it says, regarding your request for special verification, we have processed this and will address it accordingly. Please copy the link and follow the instructions. It's a mandatory procedure. But again, if you even notice at the bottom, Etsy's giving you the stay protected, stay on Etsy, never follow links to other sites. So they're even giving you that advice. So again, don't fall for this common scam. And then here is another example of what it might look like. It says, you're welcomed by Etsy technical support. Congratulations, the buyer has paid for your goods. In this chat, you'll need to provide your email address to identify the payment and receive additional order details. So again, that is a scam, but notice it looks like Etsy. Here's another one. It says, congratulations, your item has been purchased. It gives you a specific item title, which can be tricky, the date of purchase, the buyer information, and everything. And this can look really real. So stick to your guns and know that if it's not in the From Etsy tab, it's not real, and an order will never get emailed to you like this. Now, one tricky thing that you'll get kind of under the same scam umbrella is a customer will message you as a customer instead of Etsy support, and they'll say that they can't purchase from you until they verify your email. So you'll see here, I want to arrange a delivery via Etsy, but this requires your email, write it. And so they send a screenshot asking Etsy, asking them to provide the seller's email. Enter the seller's email address so that he can receive a link to receive payment and instructions on how to proceed. Like, it looks real, but obviously if you read it, it's not quite right. But this is a scam. A customer will never need your email to be able to purchase an item. They're again just trying to get your email to be able to scam you. So watch out for this scam. One other reason that they might be trying to get your email is to try and log in as you on Etsy to be able to change your payment details on your account. So another hot tip in this video is to turn on two-factor authentication on your store, so that way anytime a new user logs into Etsy, it has to text you a special code before they're able to log in. Now, another scam that I actually don't have any screenshots for is a customer that wants to buy lots of items from your store like this, and they'll send you a link for you to click. But again, this could be a scam. It's not saying every single time that it's a scam, but just in case, please make a note not to click any links in your messages because they are banking on you not really thinking through the options and clicking on something because you're so excited to get a sale. But I promise you, real sales will come, but in the beginning, you might get 5 or 10 of these scammer messages in your first month when you're brand new, which is unfortunate, but I want to help you avoid falling for these. Now, the next scam is if they actually do get a hold of your email somehow. They'll email you things pretending to be Etsy. So if you look at this one, this is a pretty realistic Etsy email asking you to take a survey. But if you get any emails from Etsy, make sure the from email address is actually from Etsy. So if you notice this one, it just came from no reply at qemailserver.com. Like, that's definitely not Etsy. So anytime you get an email from Etsy, just triple check that the email address is actually an Etsy email address before you click any links or do anything with that email. Now, the last one is someone reaching out offering to help you with your marketing or help you with your store. So a message might look like this one, where they're reaching out asking if you need help with your Etsy shop success. Now, I'm not saying that this is for sure a scam. There might be real people out here offering these business skills, but I have heard of scams where someone offers to have you pay them to redo your SEO, but what they're looking to do is get your Etsy login details. They want to log in as you so that they can try and change your banking information to go to their bank. I even know of someone who hired a virtual assistant to run their customer service, and they gave them their Etsy login, and the person tried to do this. And unfortunately, Etsy flagged it, knowing that it was probably a scammer doing this, and so they suspended the person's account while it got figured out. And their store was closed for an entire week while they got it sorted with Etsy. Etsy, and they lost out on a lot of sales in that time. So the last big tip for you here is to never give your Etsy login information to anyone for any reason, unless maybe it's a trusted family or friend, because it's just not safe. Etsy doesn't have any safeguards in place to have someone log in without full access. They will have full access to everything in your store, so please make sure you don't give anybody your Etsy login details. So trust your instincts. If anything ever seems fishy with Etsy messages or Etsy emails, then it probably is. So remember, there's a few different ways that you can protect your account. Number one is turning on the two-factor authentication to make sure that you get text messages every time that you log in to make sure that no one else can log in as you. Number two is to never give anyone your Etsy login information, just to be safe. Number three is to never click any link in the Etsy messages, no matter what, just in case. And the last one is to make sure that you have a strong password on your account that isn't the same password that you use on any other important websites that might get leaked, and then someone could try and log in as you and have that password. And lastly, Etsy isn't the only place that you might get scammed. People pretend to be me even in the YouTube comments asking you to purchase things from them. So please know that I will never ask you to purchase anything in the comments of my videos, and anything I sell will only ever be for sale on my website, CassieJohnson.com, or on my new mockup automation tools website, simplylisted.io, which is a brand new mockup automation tool that I built. So if you want to automate the mockups for your print-on-demand business, then go to simplylisted.io and start your 7-day free trial. And I will link a free tutorial down below on how that actually works if you're interested.